Hey guys, welcome back to 9 After Midnight. I'm here today with my sidekick Remy. Say hi.
Hi.
She's my 9-year-old daughter, and today we're going to be going over some knots. We're going to be teaching you guys or reteaching you guys some of these knots. I recently took a rope operations course here in South Florida, and the class started with a lecture, and part of that lecture was going over the common knots you want to know for that course. And I thought to myself, man, would have been good to know or refresh on these before I went to the class. Would have took out some of the time. You know, there's a lot of terminology you got to learn before you even get hands-on and start using the equipment to what it's intended for. So that's what we're going to go over today. We're going to go over these knots so you guys can be a little bit more prepared for you to go to that class. And in this little demonstration, we're going to need some equipment. So some of the equipment we're going to need today
is some rope.
You need some rope, some string.
A carabiner.
You're gonna need a carabiner.
And a stick.
Some sort of stick for one of the hitches we're gonna do. And then get yourself a couple eyelets or something you can wrap around. A chair will work because it has two of the uprights on the side of a chair. That can work as well, and I'll show you that later on as well.
Today we're gonna be starting with the figure eight stopper. If you're on my side, copy me, and I'm gonna be doing it on my side. But if you're on that side and your string is like that, then copy him. So we're gonna do the figure eight stopper. First, we're gonna do the bite of it. Then you're gonna cross it over like this. Then you're gonna grab it, go underneath it like that. Then go in between this hole, and that's why I was keeping my finger there, and pull it. And this is a figure eight stopper. Simple.
All right, so next on our list is a figure eight on a bite. Okay, follow along either side. So we're gonna start with a bite. And this time what I want you guys to do is really get yourself some good room by pulling the other side all the way down like that. And this is why we're not gonna keep this bite. We're gonna use this bite and make a second bite, okay? Now we're gonna maintain this hole with our fingers, okay? And just like the figure eight stopper, we're gonna go over, two go over, two go under, just like that, okay? Then we're gonna take that and put it through that other bite, just like that. You can see our eight forming and our bite coming out this end. I'm pulling on these two and I'm pulling on my bite, and I can tight down, okay? And you want a nice looking bite.
Daddy, don't forget, every time we make a bite, we always have to put a carabiner at the end.
Thanks for the reminder, kid. You're absolutely right. You make something with a bite, you put the carabiner on it. Good job. Okay, so we're gonna start with our straight rope. We're gonna start from our inline eight. We're gonna want to go to the right. So we're gonna start with our right hand. We're gonna create a loop that goes over to the left. Okay, we want our loop just like that. Now, you can see where this makes an opening right here. We're gonna maintain that opening by squeezing all this together and having our finger in there. It's important to maintain that loop because we need to feed it through there eventually. Now, we're gonna take this bite, we're gonna go underneath our string. We're gonna go over top of the string, underneath the two and in between that hole. And then we can pull the bite and this running end together just like that. And Remy, whenever we do that, what should we do?
We should add this carabiner to the end of your bite, just like that.
Into your bite, very good. And this is a figure eight inline to the right. All right. We just did our inline eight to the right. Now we're gonna do an inline eight to the left, okay? If we're gonna do it to the left, we're gonna start with our left hand. We're gonna create that loop. As you can see, the loop is away from me. You wanna get a bit of a bite to make your life a little easier here. especially if you're using incremental rope, this is a nice small string. Okay, we want to maintain this hole right here. It's going to be creating a hole here in a second because we're going to take this and go underneath, maintaining this hole. We're going to go back over top of our rope. Then we're going to go underneath the 2 ropes through that hole. We're going to grab that bite and this long end, and we're going to pull tight. And that creates our inline 8 to the left. And anytime we do that,
we always have to put a carabiner on our bite.
Put a carabiner on our bite. Very good. And there it is. Inline 8 to the left. All right, Remy, what's next on our list?
Next on our list is a square knot.
Square knot. All right, you need both ends of your rope or string, whatever you're practicing with. Okay, we're gonna start by putting one side, we'll start with the right, we're gonna put it over the left, so it's on top of the left. Then we're gonna curl it over like we're gonna start tying our shoes. Now we have both those ends pointing back out like we began with. We started with right over left, now we're gonna switch it. We're gonna put the left on top of the right. And we're gonna tie that over again like that. And then we cinch it down, just like that. And you should end with that, square knot. All right, guys, next on our list is gonna be our barrel on a bite. So if it's on a bite, we need to create a bite, okay? So we create our bite. It's important to orient your hands the right way. So if you're following along with me, follow along, okay? I got my shoulder end here. I'm gonna create my bite here, okay? Now, I'm gonna go underneath and pinch my bite. I'm gonna grab that running end here. Okay, you don't need a huge bite. You can move your hands up and down. This is the bite you have here, okay? Now you're gonna take this side, we're gonna spin it over top of our bite. Then we're gonna spin it over top of our bite again. We're gonna do it again. Do it again. Now, we're gonna take that tag, that running tag in, and we're gonna feed it through all those barrels and out the other side. Anytime we make a bite, maintain grabbing that tag in. I have a very short tag in, but it's fine. Put our carabiner in there. And now we can pull that tight. And we're gonna ride this slipping knot all the way up our carabiner like so. You can dress this up by spinning this. I'm holding here and here, and all I'm doing is spinning. I can pull here, it should look like that at the very end, and it cinches down onto our carabiner. Boom. That is our barrel on a bite. All right, next on our list, the Alpine or butterfly knot. Okay, this is gonna go like in the center of the rope. You can make it wherever really, but we're gonna do it more close to the center. Okay, I'm gonna take my left hand, I'm gonna go underneath, and then I can pull that towards me. I'm gonna do it flat so you guys can see it in the video better. Okay, then we're gonna take this bottom side where our pinky is, and we're gonna roll it around our fingers. Then we're gonna roll it around our fingers a second time, creating 3 parallel lines. Okay? Now, we're gonna take our pincher and we're gonna go underneath our fingers and grab that middle line. This is gonna be our bite at the end of the day. So we're gonna take that bite, we're gonna go over top of those 2 lines, and then we're gonna go underneath the 2 lines out that way, maintaining that bite the whole time. Now we can simply slip our hand out, and we're gonna grab both those lines from underneath while maintaining our pinch and squeeze down. Once we get it kind of close, we can transition our hands from off the bite to both sides of the rope and squeeze. And what you're left with is that Alpine or butterfly. Well, we created a bite. What do we gotta do?
We gotta put our carabiner on it.
Got the carabiner on there. All right, next on our list is we're gonna make a what? What are we gonna make now?
A bowline.
A bowline knot. All right, heck yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna grab the rope with our left hand. You can see it's pointing towards the stick here. We're gonna grab the tag in here and we're gonna pull it to a 90 and give ourselves some distance. Okay, a nice long piece of rope there. Now, we're gonna spin and make our loop right over left, like we did in our figure 8 inline right over left. Now, we're gonna take our tagline end and we're gonna go up through the rabbit hole here. You don't wanna pull this tight, okay? We're not going all the way down there like that. Because it really, well, I guess it depends. It depends on how long you want this loop to be. I'm gonna keep it about right there. Okay, guys? Now, I like to go underneath here and grab that tagline, underneath everything, and pull it towards me. So that little tagline there, maintaining my loop. Now, I'm gonna feed that tagline back through the loop on the top side this time, as you can see. And now I'm gonna grab that top side of my bowline loop. Feel free to slow the video down, rewind if you need to. And I'm gonna grab that top side with my tagline with this hand and pinch it and hold it. Now I can let go with my left side and grab this line. And then I'm gonna simply pull against my two hands, just like that. And you have created your bowline knot. Your bowline knot. There it is.
Daddy,
Yeah.
have you heard of dragon bowline?
A dragon bowline? No, what's that?
It's when you pull your dragon.
You drag your bowline? I like that. You're goofy. Okay, next on the list is our Munter Hitch. Okay, we're gonna start with making a bite in the line. Okay, we're gonna throw the bite over a round object. Here, we have our tag end here on this side. We're gonna throw it through that loop there and then pull. That creates our Munter Hitch. Okay, the great thing about the Munter Hitch is it can switch directions on you. If you pull this way, then you have your Munter Hitch going the other direction. Pull back, and it's the original direction. And that's the Munter Hitch. Okay, last but not least, we're gonna do our Portuguese bowline, guys. Okay, you take one end of your rope. I'm gonna go from right to the left. I'm gonna go through this eyelet here, through this eyelet here. Give yourself some distance. Okay. Next we're gonna do is grab the center. So we have tag line here, running line here. We're gonna pull the center like so. Now we created what should look like an M facing towards you, the center facing towards you. Big loops up here around your eyelets, center of the M here. Next part, all of it's important, but this part is particularly important. Okay, we need to make a loop on the far right side. Okay, and how do I do that? Because this is something people get confused on, like, I'm not making this loop right. Well, if I grab from the middle of the right side of this M with my left hand, I grab the top side and I pull it over towards me, you'll get it right every time. So again, left hand in between here, grabbing this side of the string or rope, pull it towards you. Perfect. And why? Because we need this rope to be on top of this rope. Okay, important. This rope on top of this rope, and we have our loop. Okay. Now, we're gonna take the center of our M and we're gonna put it over top of that loop. Center of the M over top of that loop. We still have our loop here. Okay, now we're gonna take this loop that's now in the middle and we're gonna fold it over and grab this line in between here. So we're gonna fold this over to here, pull this line into this loop. Nice and slow so you guys can see it, real methodical like. Now it's over. Now we can grab that running end through the loop. Okay, now we have that bite there. We're gonna take our left side of the rope, stick it through that hole, grab it, pull. And now we have our Portuguese bowline. All right, guys, that wraps it up. I hope you pick back up on some knots you might have learned in the past, or maybe just learned them new here in this, which is great. You know, it's going to be something important for you to know before you go take a rope ops course or a rope tech course. You want to be part of a USAR team or whatever you want to do. But these are great things to know prior to going to a course. I wish I would have done or brushed up on them before I did. You'll cut some significant time out of your day trying to relearn those knots and just kind of being prepared ahead of time. I did take a course. I took a course down here in South Florida with a guy named Jim Dobson from SoFlo TRT. Guy has a wealth of knowledge. He's got a great team of guys behind him. Shout out Nico, shout out Chris, shout out Vince. You guys are amazing. I picked up on a lot from those guys as well. Very good, very in-depth instructors. Those guys give their heart and soul, all around, those guys give their heart and soul to those courses. I highly recommend you go and take one of them with them to pick up on all this knowledge down here in South Florida. And I actually printed out some information you guys can see here. So it's SoFlo TRT, the owner Jim Dobson, wealth of knowledge. His website is TRT365.com. If you want to sign up on his class, hit the events there. Hit events when you see that hyperlink, and you can see all the classes available. And you can sign up for a class. He does fill up quick, so you want to plan well ahead of time. If you post something, you want to jump in on it, jump in it as soon as you see it. Don't think about it and wait on it, because you will probably miss the bus on it. If you want to follow him on Instagram, it's SoFlo TRT on Instagram. You can see a lot of the stuff he's doing, and you'll see the size of his classes. I mean, he's got a lot of guys that sign up from all over the local departments, all over from out of state even. Guys from South Carolina, the Charleston guys. The guys from Orlando in this last rope ops class that I took with him as well. But I hope you guys learned something in this video. You know, Jim also sells these gloves. Oh my gosh, these gloves are incredible. There's SoFlo logo on them. He had these made. They're double stitch. It's got the tear proof, rip proof, cut proof inner lining there. Just incredibly well made. They're great for extrication gloves. Get your set of those. He's got them, sells them. I mean, he's giving them away at the price that he's selling them at. So I recommend you getting a nice set of gloves and getting some one of his courses as well. Again, thanks for watching. I'm sure I'm going to get roasted by my fire department for making these kind of videos, but I kind of want to keep going. I want to make more of this kind of stuff. So you guys can do me a big favor. Can you hit subscribe, hit like, maybe put some comments on there. If I screwed something up, let me know. I'm still in the forever learning process like most everybody, and I want to get it right and I want to do it well. So I'm hoping to do more videos like this in the future. Talk about everything in the fire department industry, talk about things in healthcare related stuff, bring some guests on, maybe do like a podcast style, and yeah, run with it. That's my goal. So thanks again for watching. Hope you picked up on some stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.